Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our next Business Spotlight interview. This afternoon, I'm joined by Omkar Shinde, who's based in Bolton. He's a local business owner. So welcome to the Business Spotlight interviews, Omkar.
Welcome, Paul, and thank you so much for this opportunity that you gave me. It's really a great medium to actually throw myself out, my ideas, what we do here at, what the impact we have been, creating through our projects. I'm really looking forward to share this journey on this platform. So thank you so much.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we'll talk more about your journey, but let's just start off by asking you a relatively simple question, which is, what is it that you do, Omkar? What's your role within your companies, and what do the companies do?
Perfect. That's a brilliant question to start the interview with. So first of all, I would like to talk about, I'm a multitasking person, an entrepreneur, okay? And also I started off at a very young age, okay? I started when I was 18 years old. I did fail my first business, which was in arts and crafts, but then later in COVID, it was a big realization. I pivoted from arts and craft to EdTech, that's education technology, where we work with students, universities, and corporate institutions, or you can call companies, to bridge the academic gap or which has been created, and the huge unemployment issues which the country is facing. We tackle that. So I am the founding member for Bhagya Group. Bhagya Group consists of 4 projects. 2 of them are active. The first one is Industry Inspire Talks, which is this thing which I'm wearing here. I represent I breathe in and breathe out every day with the mission and vision, the values we have. That's Industry Inspire Talks, where we actually make students industry ready. We have a lot of programs for students and for industry professionals to participate in. So it's a career planning platform. The second thing is DevIncept, where we have a mission to make technical education accessible to all. So students can, enroll into our free courses and programs and learn how to code for free. So as it's online, due to COVID, we believe that our business should be online, because when there is online, we can capture a lot of audience. So as a founding member for Bhagya Group and a founder and a co-founder for all these projects, I actually have remote teams based all over the world, where we use platforms which are created to actually run our day-to-day operations. And that's how we have been, achieving that status and achieving the things which we have been doing for the past few years. And as a local business owner, I feel there are a lot of opportunities, and these projects are, thrive to succeed in the forthcoming years. So definitely, this is what I do. It's been like 4 years straight out of college, left my country, came here in the UK to actually, make my dreams come true. So yeah, there's a long way to go, but yeah, this is what I do currently.
Brilliant. Let's talk a little bit about the success that you've had so far. You've got 2 platforms up and running now. How many students have you had enrolled onto your programs or subscribed to your channels, and what kind of countries are you actually working in? Where are those students from?
So actually, for Industry Inspire Talks, we started off with Asia. So we cover all over Asia. And when we came here in the UK, I started promoting with my university as well. So not a lot of students in the UK know about what we do. But yeah, we have been spreading awareness all over. And me being a student and me creating something for students, it's better that way. So I actually go ahead by myself to universities, promote our application, which is for Industry Inspire Talks, which is available on Play Store. And we are building one for App Store as well. But currently, Play Store is the one which it's accessible. It has a lot of students in Asia, like more than 10,000 to 20,000 students in the Asia have installed this application. This is a beta one, but we are trying to get as much feedback as we can to actually push the official app for Industry Inspire Talks. So a lot of students know back in India, back in Asia, in the UK, I've started spreading awareness. But for DevIncept, we have covered countries like UK, Canada, Australia, because coding and technical education is something which is really important, and it's something which is in trend. It's the most trending job role. Tech is something which is never going to run out of jobs. Okay, so what this DevIncept is, we as students, we are preparing students for that their developer careers. Okay, teaching them how to code the right way, not the way where there are courses and stuff like that, there are video modules and stuff like that. We actually give them projects where they work on real industry size projects, get to learn what it is in the tech industry. And also we have a lot of events like, open source programs, a lot of this stuff. So a lot of students know about our two platforms which are currently prevalent. Yeah. So
okay. And what's your model for these? The first one, the industry inspired talks. You said that 20,000 people have downloaded the app. Is the app a sort of subscription model, or are they paying for each individual event or course they can do?
So it's currently open source. Currently it's open source. The official app, we are trying to build it where we have paid subscribers and stuff like that. We are integrating the subscription model because we want to build it as an OTT platform where the OTT platforms we have nowadays are Netflix, Amazon Prime and stuff like that. On that, the film stars are being featured. But on this application, it's going to be people from the industry who are going to be featured into different kind of podcasts, interviews, events, publishing their stories, just like Forbes do. Yeah. So it's just going to be an industry hub. And to access that industry hub, there's going to be a subscription fee or a membership, to actually get access to all those opportunities out there in just one app. So it's a one-stop platform we are trying to build. But right now we have pushed the beta application just because we need the feedback. We need to build it the right way so that the users are happy with what we build. So that's why just going it step by step, learning what I've learned in this master's degree here, and implementing.
So it's 4 years or so since you started as an 18-year-old. What advice would you give to your 18-year-old self now if you had the opportunity to go back and speak to him?
Definitely, that's a good question. Yeah, if I got an opportunity like that, I would definitely give these sort of advices. First advice is create a social impact, change the lives of people. Second is focus on building projects which can help the society. Third is teach the stuff which is in demand. Fourth is develop your tech skills, very important to stay ahead in the game. The fifth is don't take any decisions without proper research. Research is very important. It'll give you an extra edge in as compared to your competitors. And the last thing is stay consistent with your goals and constantly upgrade. Make mistakes, learn from them, improvise them, and get back up. Never give up.
Never give up. Okay, that's a great way to go. So what are your aspirations for your company over the next 5 years or so then, Omkar?
So I have a long way to go. As I told you, Paul, I really have a long way to go. This vision of mine, it's, really complex. We have a lot of things running out. I am currently here on, I have a dream, but I don't have the right connections. So my very first thing is to build those big connections, pitch to them what I'm doing, the impact my projects are going to build through this. So my next few years will be attending tech events, all entrepreneur-like events here in London, happening in London, also in Manchester, also in Birmingham. These are the 3 big cities where I'm looking at, in terms of making those big connections, because these 3 are the big cities in the UK. And I dream to go there to meet people, make connections, first thing. Second thing is to work on our projects, to actually, research them well, research the market well, and on the basis of that, take the decisions. Okay, take decisions on the basis of the data we have. Okay, data-driven decisions are the best form, the way for us to predict how our application or how our projects are gonna, perform in future. So, and third thing is I want a skilled team. I do have a team at the moment, but I do want to expand because I have 2 more projects which are still yet to be iterated, still yet to be pitched, still yet to be created. So for the whole group to be active, I need all 4 projects to perform well. So I treat all of those 4 projects as my children. okay, as my brainchild, so that I can give time to each and every one of them, and also manage my own stuff, like, spend time with my family. So my aspiration is to grow big, okay, take those actionable steps, do a step-by-step approach, and not, a hurry like approach where
Yeah.
I just go and get it. It's not like that. Everything takes time, Paul. So just making those right connections, going the right way, in the right direction, and building something which the world wants. That's what I'm headed towards.
Brilliant. So obviously there's going to be other people listening to this interview looking to learn from what you say. So what's been your biggest learning as a business owner since you set out?
All right. So there's been a lot of learning, Paul. But the golden rules, what I feel to this is, there's one thing which, there are, four things which I believe my learnings have been. So when I was in India, I was, not, I was just working. I was not spending much time with my family. But once now I've migrated here, I actually realize the true importance of family. There's business as well. I know you should not mix business with family, but according to me, because I have a big goal, I had much work to do. I was not giving much time to my family. But right now, I have organized my schedule in such a way that, I give my time to my fam, as well as work on my projects dedicatedly. So that's my biggest learning. I was not giving time to family, but now, as I'm giving time to family, I'm enjoying my whatever I'm doing. I'm happy as well, they are happy as well. Second thing is, the next four things are in terms of business, okay. The lessons I have. So first is, I feel that you should not, do not promise anything when you cannot deliver. That's the first thing, okay. I faced this earlier as well, when I was a beginner, when I was, a guy who didn't know anything about entrepreneurship, didn't know anything about what e-learning is, what EdTech is, how to bridge social impact. I was just an engineering student, okay, just doing my degree. But then there were a lot of entrepreneurs which fascinated me, but they always targeted the point, like whatever they created, it did deliver, okay. So this first thing is, I just promise things which I can deliver. I do not promise to something, I do not promise to anything which I don't deliver. Then the second thing is, do not overextend your resources to get a reputation for a poor performance. That's the second thing, because performance, the way we present ourselves is very important. Our user interface, our application, our community, it speaks for itself. Okay, so you should not, there are sometimes we get, we ran out of resources, but we still think that we can make it. But in such cases, if when we are short on resources, we should, come up with some ways to actually, delay things, postpone things, so that through the time, after 3 to 4 months, we can build this the right way, and not hurrying things. Yeah, you actually tend to push things, because you want fast success, you want success in just 1 year or 2 years, but it's not like that. So definitely, using your resources really well, and creating something through those resources which is valuable and which can make you money, make you revenue in the forthcoming years, is what my third learning is. Fourth is, I do not tell the customer what he or she wants to hear. I tell them what they want to know, okay, so that they can accept and respect it. So that's the fourth thing. And the last thing is networking. I've networked with a lot of people, and it really helped me in my career, in establishing my businesses. So networking is very important. It will help you, whatever it is, in getting a job, finding your team, or getting the right customers. It will always help you. So yeah, these are the lessons I've learned up till now.
Okay. So what's been the biggest challenge for you so far? What are the of running a business in your particular sector?
So the biggest challenge is getting the right team. The only challenge I have, I've faced up till now. There are no challenges in terms of revenue. There are no challenges in terms of all of these things, because the projects we are doing are quite unique. We don't have much competitors in that space, and the way we do stuff, there are not a lot of people who do that. and bringing it all into one group, okay, I'm not sure about it, because as per my research, there's no such group which is just targeted towards solving education, like academia gap crisis, unemployment, industry readiness, career planning. There are a lot of e-learning and EdTech where they teach you in your higher secondary and stuff, K-12 kind of, you can say, where they teach you what's there in school, but nobody teaches you what's there outside of school or outside of college or university. Okay, that life nobody's teaching you how to go forward with it. So
Yeah.
definitely my projects really helps. And the team, why I feel challenge is because in the start it was really challenging to get the right people. I did make some wrong mistakes in taking the wrong people. It did cause me cause conflicts to me and my company as well, okay, when they did some bad promotion about us or stuff like that, just in terms of agony, okay, just in terms of we kicked them out, they were not skilled. So I did a lot of decisions. So that's why now I have a HR team in place to take care of all of those things, because I'm not a good person to hire anyone, because I don't, as a founder, I can talk to customers, get to know the stuff, but when it comes to hiring, the hiring specialists are the ones to go forward with. And that's why now I depend on people, skilled people, to do my job, and now not I don't do everything by myself. I started alone, but now I know how team management, project management, all of these industry principles, I'm actually using them to run my business. And
Brilliant.
yeah.
So I remember listening to an interview with an entrepreneur, and the entrepreneur was asked what made him so successful. And one of the things he said is he always employs other people to do the jobs that he can't do, or employs people who are better than him at doing things. So it's always a great piece of advice to bear in mind. Just before we finish, what are the kind of books that you, or podcasts, or interviews or video clips that you'd recommend for people, the things that you've read and learnt from, or watched and learnt from? Are there any specific recommendations you give for people as resources?
Yeah, Paul, I don't really read books, to be honest. I know entrepreneurs do read books, but I have a concept which is called as experiential learning, which I really follow day to day, wherein experiential learning is a concept where you learn from others' experiences. Okay. So actually I watch a lot of clips, podcasts done by entrepreneurs where they share their business journeys. There are a lot of channels out there for entrepreneurs to build their business. There's YC, okay, there's YC, yeah. The YC, they are the biggest ones in the US, in the West, who started discovering the true potential of entrepreneurship. So they have a course. I did that course. So I'm much of, not into podcast. I just watch it on and off, just when I want to learn something. But yeah, I have personally done a lot of podcasts. Okay, I've shared my journeys. So you can definitely link them up where I've shared. And there's an interview as well, which I've done with one of the big media houses in London, which is called the Fopping Media, which was published recently, where I've shared my entire journey of starting from a cubicle, because in college I was given a cubicle, Paul, like that opportunity was given to me in second year. I had my own cabin in college, and from there I started my journey. And then that that worm of entrepreneurship, it went into me, and it's still wangling and wingling, it's still into my head. I still want to go a long way, and I see a vision. That's why I go ahead, and my team is my biggest strength. The team which I have up till now, I know it's a challenge to get the rest of the members, but the ones which I have up till now, they're my biggest strength. And my family, I feel my mom, she is the one who is actually there with me all the time, every time, and I talk to her about all my problems. And she is the only, so the Bhagya group, I'll tell you, it's her name. I've kept the name of Bhagya group through her name, okay, just because I feel that she gives me that motivation, and on my mom's life I gotta make it. So that's what my attitude is.
Brilliant. I think if you don't know what to do, if you just say, well, what would mum do? I think you can't go far wrong most of the time in that one. So if people want to find out more about you, Omkar, they want to get in touch, what's the best way for them to find out? Have you got some websites, LinkedIn, things like that? How do people find you?
Yeah, so the best thing, I'm really active on LinkedIn. I really network each and every day. I connected with you, Paul, as well on LinkedIn, and that's how we got it all started. So LinkedIn is something, first, you can search me LinkedIn. Second is Instagram. I post a lot of my stuff. I attended 6 to 7 events last year in London, big tech events, where I share my learnings and my journeys. I have good source of followers out there where I actually interact with them, have a community out there. So Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, I don't use that much, Paul, but you can do find me on Twitter. But LinkedIn is the first one to connect with me. And you can also check out our websites for industry inspired talks and also for DevIncept. For Bhagya Group, there's a dedicated page, a portfolio where we list all 4 of the projects about what we do. So do check them out.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Will do. Omkar, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Have a brilliant week and look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thank you so much, Paul. And you have a good day ahead.